So hopefully you guys can see okay. Just gotta pop the door, power window switch out here. Pull that out. Just kind of work that out of there. Just a little bit of adhesive or something back here that was dripped into here. Just holding on to this corner. Get rid of this over there. And we pull this piece off. Pull that off. And that leaves this a screw here. This screw here. Screw here. And this is screw here. There. And not sure what that does. No, I should just find a place to pop it out. Grab the bottom. Get it swung free. I think we're good there. Just an LED light. I was kind of curious about that. The LED light that fit in there for the ashtray. Okay. So. Looks like. Piece off to there. I So the shade bridge here stays, so the top part of the armrest here slides in underneath. So the tricky part is getting all that freed up. There you go. That comes off like so. Now we got the guard off. And you have your usual suspects here. You got the that plug. Undo the cables, green at the bottom, the white one at the top. They just, there you go. So you just have the cables. They slide down into that groove there, then they hook into the actual lever. And then you have the one plug in here, which is for that. So really a lot less hookups here than on the other one. Okay. Alright, so here's what we're looking at now. So let's kind of look at everything. Speakers. Some ECU for something. I think that's probably the something with the door. Probably I doubt it's the lock. Probably has to do with that. Looking at some of the writing here. Kind of interesting to see some of the markings that are on here, because you know that was done in Japan when they made this thing, and someone actually went with a pen and a pencil and wrote everything down. That's kind of interesting to see that. So what we need is behind this. Looks like these are for the shade. That's where the shade rolls up in each one. This one pulls off from the side, so it has a track that moves it in here, and this goes up. So this is interesting to see how this works. I'm not sure how they're driven. But anyway, hopefully that's not an issue getting that door thing, because we have that plug in there, and that's about it. I'm curious to see how this is going to come off, because we have this big bracket here that holds that on. So we'll see. We'll keep going. Hopefully slide that up in there. Hopefully that's not in the way, but we'll find out. These gloves aren't the best thing for this tar stuff they use on the wood vapor barrier. Okay. So there's the top parts. I see here. Alright. So now we gotta pull. This is the tricky part. Gotta take this off. screws holding it. Hopefully I can pop this off without breaking anything. That one came off pretty easily. You need to take that off in order to get to those Allens. And by the looks of everything, looks like there's that bolt there, and this one, and then your wiring harness, which is this guy here. The window's up, so we're good there. I'll grab my flashlight. My Allen wrench. Gotta get my flashlight. Okay. So it looks like take a look at this. Not sure how this comes apart. Not sure if I need to take this apart or not. That's just what drives the there must be a wire in there or something, but the way it curves around is interesting. Okay. Put that off a little more. Let's see, where's that good? It goes to the door lock. That's the back side of the door handle. Certain this has to come out of the way, but it falls out this way, so we'll find out here. So now we gotta take this one out. And that is so this one 30 seconds. So it's gotta be one over here. Always fun to find the right ones. This is number 5. It's always a little too big too. Sure if this is the inner one. Yeah. I think I'll just give my socket. Remember if that was a 10, I think 10 or 11, I think. It's a 10. Looks like it's just 2 bolts. It's got one wire harness that goes to here. Find it too. Okay. Take this off. This just looks like it. Always gotta love these type right here. Your little release tab on that. I have to come back to that. I think there's too much tension here. Okay. I've got it taped on right here. It doesn't connect. That runs straight into here, and it's not sure. You can probably unplug it from here too. Look a little bit more at this. There's a zip tie holding it down. I don't know how much of that you got my camera shut off. Don't know how much of this you got my camera shut off. So pull the vapor barrier back, unhook this one connector here. Hopefully you saw the door removal. I got the 2 bolts that hold the actuator on. Removed the 3 bolts, the little Allen torque ones. So it should be free to come out now. I just got to figure out which way is it going to go, because there's no other. I think I want to make sure I double check, is I know this piece right here. Hard to see that. I wonder if it just slides down. Looks like on this piece here, which the door handle actuates, it's just a yellow fork that slides down. It must grip it snug enough so it yanks on it inside there. So this could be a fun one. Pull this back somewhere. So let's see. I see that's part of that. That's part of those. So it just kind of fits up into that groove. Okay. That goes onto that piece there. There wasn't anything else holding it in. I'm assuming it's going to have to on this side. Back to that actuator. Looks like it's going to come out pretty easily on this one. Just kind of wonder if I got to move this piece is different. The track on this one. This track messes me up. So what is this? Is this? that go? Fall down here, ready? So we got that out. So there's a nut that holds the window track. There's a bolt that's attached to this back bracket. And it just pops out like so. It's right behind this foam. There's a little nut, and you got to push that back out to get clearance. Otherwise, this won't slide between the door frame and the track. So that's the old one. And this part, like I was saying, there's a little yellow area. I'll take a video with my camera to show you that and fit that in there. But, so we got that out. So get a little bit close up in case my camera's not recording. Got it all removed. Hopefully you saw that on the other video. Like I said, that little nut sticks out here, the bolt, and then you take the nut out and push that back through. That's what keeps that window track in position, so you got to pull. Just pop that bolt out. But let's see if I can get. I don't know if you can see it up in there or not. I don't know. Grab my flashlight, maybe you can see it better. If you see that little yellow in between there, maybe you can see it better, I don't know. It's hard to see with that trim, but if you look through there, that little yellow fork, unlike the one in the front door, we had to manipulate that rod to get it into that little hole on the actuator. That one just fits into that slot there, so it just slides right up in there. So that makes it pretty easy. So I think I'm ready to put this one in. Like I said, pull this back. Probably could have removed this bracket so you get a little more opening, but I still got it. I just got to fiddle with it. I think that's about it for this one. So I'll put the new one in, or the used one in, and hopefully that actually works. Okay. Hopefully this camera over here records the next step. Right, not much to it, just got to put it in. Just kind of got to manipulate that. I'm just checking it out to make sure nothing is broken or missing on this one. I think this came off the same vehicle as the one in the front, based on that. Bet it's the same one. But this came out of an auto salvage place down in Texas. Just found it on eBay. I was looking for a good one. Like I said, you can buy new ones of these from Lexus, probably, I don't know, $500–600. You can buy some rebuilt ones, but I think they require you to send in the this so they can rebuild it and sell it to somebody else. But there's some options. If you don't have the soft close and all you have is the actuator, well, then that's a lot less. That's like barely $300 from Lexus, and less from a third party if it's a different manufacturer. But all right, enough talk. Let's see if we can get this boy in there. I said, just if you're gonna do this, just remember, leave the window up. Because that window will be in your way if you get this far and then you realize you got to open the window. Now the fun part. Working this sucker back in there. Luckily these cables bend pretty easily. It's just, once you kind of get it in the opening, it's going to slide right up there. We got it in there. Alright. Now we got to get it, this back out of there. Push that nut back through there, or that bolt, so we can get this track arm to slide. Just reach in behind it. There's a bracket that attaches to the rail. So it just kind of moves. So it doesn't move a whole lot, so don't force it too much because it's still attached up here at the top. But you're not going to get to that bolt because it's all behind the gears for the shade. So just kind of slide that up there. Push that out of the side. Keep going. high enough. Pull this out. That out. Pull that out. The wiring harness up here. See where we're sitting at here. I think this is holding it back yet. Nope. Sure I wasn't caught on anything else. I think there's just something sticking through here. See it really good in here. Just gotta get it. Okay. Got the wire harness there. Like I said, slides right up in there. Get these guys going so that you can let it go. It doesn't slide back down. Getting it in wasn't so bad. Just working it out of there, just trying to figure out how it comes out. So that's in where it's supposed to be. I'll just put this track back where it was. There's just a little bolt here to hold that in. Again, that's just a little 10mm again. Just kind of stick it in between there. Snug that up. These just fit right in there. This one, you know, because there's a little catch on it. Kind of, once you get it in the hole, it holds it up too. So at least that way, with that there, it's not going to fall out or back down the doorway. Get a little bit close up in case my camera's not recording. Got it all removed. Hopefully you saw that on the other video. Like I said, that little nut sticks out here, the bolt, and then you take the nut out and push that back through. Is that's what keeps that window track in position. So you got to pull, just pop that bolt out. But let me see if I can get. I don't know if you can see it up in there or not. I don't know. Grab my flashlight, maybe I can see it better. But if you see that little yellow, get in between there, maybe you can see it better, I don't know. It's hard to see with that trim, but if you look through there, that little yellow fork unlike the one in the front door, we had to manipulate that rod to get it into that little hole on the actuator. That one just fits into that slot there. So it just slides right up in there. So that makes it pretty easy. So I think I'm ready to put this one in. Like I said, pull this back. Probably could have removed this bracket so you can get a little more opening, but I still got it out. I just got to fiddle with it. And I think that's about it for this one. So we'll put the new one in, or the used one in, and hopefully that actuator works. Alright, not sure where we left off. The video only records so much at a time. I didn't realize that. So we got it back in there. This will just kind of go behind that. And then it'll plug into this one. Snap back into that hole there. This just goes back into there. And we'll cut this piece off here. And that's everything. We got our 2 bolts, our nut here that holds the track rail. Like I said, I'm not sure how that comes together, but it's not a big deal. The trick is going to be, I wonder if it'll work now. Yep, it works. It works. It works. So there's got to be some sort of little sensor here. So just kind of kick it down, and it works. Well, that's pretty much about it. Hopefully you caught most of that. And that goes back in here. So yeah, so it was not too bad. It just kind of slides out. Take out that bolt, push that guide back in the track rail. Bring it out here, and then you bring it out. Top side first, and all these just kind of bend and come out. Same thing in reverse. You stick it up in like that, and then eventually it'll go like that. So, just got to put the vapor barrier back on. Hook up what we got. That's about it. So I'll do all that, and then we'll do one last shot of it when it's all back together. Just wanted to see how this one goes. This is actually a lot easier than the front. So where are we at? So we got to put the vapor barrier back on. So that's the reason why I wore the gloves, so the black tar doesn't get all over your hands and you wind up with black fingernails and stuff for 2 or 3 days. But it will stick to the gloves. So pull that back down. It's supposed to be amazes me how much fit and finish and detail they do on these with the foam. That's just keep any rattles. There's this weird little, you know, cushions and stuff behind some of these bolts and stuff, but I guess that's just what Lexus does mostly. They just kind of go over the top when it comes to a lot of this little fine work. You know, I'm sure all the cars have vapor barriers, I'm sure, but it's got that little bladder there to protect it all. So this is just bump stop here. Okay. Here's that. Take my gloves off because I don't want to have, I don't know if I got any of that black stuff on me or not. Good there, I'm good there. Okay. Not sure what this little guy down here does. I just kind of noticed that what this little piece right here does. It's got a wire running to it. So I don't know what that does. Something, if it's a sensor or a speaker or what it is. Huh. Okay. So good smack there. Don't forget this piece here. You gotta take this off, otherwise you'll never get that this piece out of there. All it does is snap in there. fits in there. There's two little pieces that grab it on each end. So I think it's just not really much to that. It just kind of has a couple little teeth on this side and one on this side. I just grab that lip, but it's in all the way. Okay. Let me just remember what bolt goes where now. Wanted to bring this back. I had to take it back out when I went to hook up the cables for the door handle and the latch. They wouldn't reach. So further inspection, the cable that came out of the original car, the original one, is longer than the one that came with the door lock I've got. If I line it up here, you can kind of see that it's at least a good, I don't know, 2 inches or so longer on the original one than on the replacement used one. Same thing with the blue one. Luckily, it's an easy fix. They just, you have this compartment door you pop open, kind of like this one, and then you just pull it out of there. It's kind of hard to do it one-handed. So it just pops right out of there. You can just stick the ball in there. So like that. This little bottom door is a little trickier to open. I think there's some snaps in there. This is easy to get, but this one's got a little, I don't know if they put a little glue or something in there, because the cables were too short. But everything else fit. So yeah, that's what it came out of. So maybe there was a difference. I had to look at if the two parts are out of the same car or not. Thought they were, but I had to look back at the VIN numbers to see if they were out of the same vehicle, and but obviously the one in the rear had the soft close because it had the mechanism for it. But anyway, just wanted to show it to you because I had to pull it all apart again. Luckily, it went pretty good, pretty fast at that point. So anyway, we'll come back to it in a second when I got it all back together, and we'll double check. All right, got it all back together. Switch those cables over, so everything's working fine. Thought it had an issue, but then I realized that the child lock was still on, so the latch wasn't doing anything. Got it all back together. Just got to do a little cleanup here where that glove have some dirt on it still. So closing it again. Soft close works. Go back to the front one again. So we're all good. So that is it. So for whatever reason, the cables on the replacement one, was just shorter by about a couple inches. At least I'll look into that and figure it out. But hopefully between all the little videos I took of this since my camera was cutting off after so many minutes. I'll shrink it together. So that takes care of the driver's sides, doors, front and back. Soft close is working again due to the new used actuators. So all in all, both actuators probably ran me about, maybe 120, 130 between the two of them. Then just the time to install it. This one took me probably an hour and a half. Could have been done a little sooner, but I forgot to hook up the door cables and that power, that adapter, power connector. So I had to pull it all off, and then I had to pull it off again just to get the cables done. So that ate up a lot of time. Otherwise, it went pretty smooth if it wasn't for all that. But anyway, just got to do a little cleanup, a little detailing on the door, and then we're good to go. So again, I'm at 95 subscribers, which is great. Never thought I would even get more than 2. So hopefully I'll get 100 here in the next week or so. Maybe I'll figure something out for after I hit 100, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, I got another video coming out next week for some stuff, and then again later on I'll get that front bumper pulled for the LED strip lights again to redo it. I think that's it for now, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.